Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Emmanuel and I'm a data scientist. In this video, we are going to be looking at a package called Highcharter, and we are going to be creating a couple of plots and trying to learn and understand how to use the package. So for those who haven't heard about Highcharter is a R wrapper for Highchart's JavaScript library and its models. And basically, Highcharter gives you the interactivity that ggplot2 doesn't have. So an example could be found in the Highcharter package website. As you can see, it gives us this interactivity. Users can basically play with the plot and look at different aspects of the plot. ggplot basically just gives you a static plot, but Highcharter gives you a more interactive plot. Think about implementing this in a Shiny app. It gives you a more professional look and allows users to easily, walk around and take a look at different aspects of the plot. So this data we're working with is the latest data for TidyTuesday, which is the Diwali sales data. It's the sales data for retail store during the Diwali festival period in India. And we are going to take a look at the data and take a look at how we can use this data and in conjunction with the Highcharters package, and we'll try to learn how to create one or two plots. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. So if you haven't learned anything about the Highcharter package, welcome, and we will be learning together. So let's get into it. In this data, let's move over to R and get something started. So the first step we did was to load in the data. We loaded in data in here and we did some basic cleaning to make sure that the data has cleaned the column names that we can easily use for the analysis. Then we want to summarize data by state. We want to create a map using the high maps and Highcharter package. So what we did was to summarize by state and understand the total amount spent for each state. Next, we tried to look for the right Indian map to use to lay this point over. And the first map we tried using, we discovered that there were two states that were not accounted for. And at the end of the day, after some research, we realized we needed to use this this map. So now let's go back into and continue working on the plot. So we now use the recent updated map and we try to check again if all the state names that we have in our amount by state data set is present in the map. So for us to do that, we ran the check and found out that Delhi is not present. And if we try to search let's see, Delhi, we try to search using regular expression, we can see that in the map data it's called NCT of Delhi, which I think is the National Capital Territory or something of Delhi. So we just have to rename that in the data set, and voila, we have the proper data set to use. So now let's go about creating the map. So let's go back to the article. For the article, what we need to use is this function, htmap get, use the right URL, passing the data, passing what value we want to plot, and passing a key that we join the map data with the data we want to plot values over, and the extra argument. So let's take a look at the. So I am working with this data. Okay. And I'm working with the amount by state. And the value I'm looking for is total amount. And what I'm joining by is name and state. The name is total amount. Okay, I want to have my data labels enabled. I want the border color to be this. I want this to be that. So the documentation says it's Indian rupees. So let's look for the symbol for Indian rupees. Indian currency. What is the sign? Okay, let's copy this. Okay, we have Indian rupees, and the Indian suffix will be INR. And when we plot this, we should have what's going on. We're joining the map URL. Oh, okay, it's a mistake. We're joining the map URL. Okay, so we have an interactive map. So I also want to add a title, a subtitle, a caption. I want to move the legends to the top. So let's do that together. So for us to do that, there is a function title. I can look at documentation. So yeah, as you can see, it just passes a high chart object, which is something like this. Then any extra argument you have to take a look at. These are examples up here. You can take a look at more argument you can pass into the title function in here. So I want to align it to the left. So I said align equals left. Passing my text, I say, what title should this be? Diwali sales by state. I want to align it to the left. As you can see, I also, let's take a look at some more. We can style it. Let's see. So as you can see from this, the style takes another list. So in R, we are going to pass in another list, or a list object. So style be a list of arguments. So As you can see from the documentation down here or the example, let's just copy this and edit. So change this to, as you can see, we changed the color and the font size, or the font weight rather. So let's I'm gonna make this black. And I also want to increase the size. So font size should be, does font size work? Okay. So I want to do something similar for the caption. So it's quite similar, so we can, just copy paste what we've been doing so far. I wanna pass in the data source, TidyTuesday, and count on X. Um, I want this to be size 13. Yeah, we have it. So let's take away the code. Just like that. Okay. So I want to move this legend to the to the top left. So is the H legend? What's the link? So let's take a look at the link. I want to align it to the left. So we pass in align equals left. Align equals left. Okay, to the left. I want to take it up here. So first to do that, let's look for the arguments we need. Better color, better radius, better width. Um, okay, let's try to take a look at some examples. Okay, so vertical align top is what we need. Vertical align top. And yeah, we are beginning to make sense of our plots. We can easily over any of them, and we have something that's quite interactive than a static plot. And if this was deployed in a Shiny app, it gives a more professional look, and it lets the user, makes it more interactive to the user, which is what you want. Yeah, and that's how you start making a plot or map. It's not the easiest. It's quite difficult compared to using ggplot to make maps, but the reward is nice. At the end of the day, you come up with something that's more professional and more, I would say, more interactive than ggplots. So that is how to make a map. Let's do one more example and make a bar plot. Um, let's copy this. Let's do by age group. All right. Now to create a map or create a plot rather. So we start with the pie chart. Um, just calling high charts. It's kind of the way we start with ggplot. So calling high chart, then the next thing we want to do is to add a series. As you've seen in the documentation, many documentations, we can add a series looking at the series section, then depending on the kind of plot you want to make. In this case, we want to make a bar plot or a column plot. So let's go down to column. And we can add a series and say we want to, so let's add series. Then type is column. The data is amount by age. Then we need to create some aesthetics. So our x-axis is age group. And our y-axis is total amount. As you can see, we have plot. So a couple of things I want to change. I want to change it from, the x-axis from 0 to 6 to the actual age group. I also want to edit the legend so that we have, a cleaner, just like the way we had it in the map, we have a more cleaner look. So I think I already have, okay, this is a tooltip rather. So let's work on the tooltip. So HC tool, the tooltip. I can just copy the things I had in here and paste it in. Okay. I want to change the x-axis. So let's see, x-axis. Let's take a look at the documentation. X-axis. So categories. If categories are present in the axis, names are used instead of numbers for the axis. Okay, so we want to change the categories into something else. I want the categories to be as they are in here. So that to be age group. And yeah, we've changed that. What else do I want to change? I also don't want to see this label. Um, I don't want to see that. Let's take a look at the options we can use. But so let's just copy that. And voila, we have a pretty interesting plot. So it looks like people in the age bracket of 21 to 35 and 35 to 40, 36 to 45 are the ones who spend the most money. I mean, that makes more sense. Well, that's basically how we use the Highcharter package to create very interactive and interesting plots. As you can see, they look so professional and they look so interactive. Um, you can add a couple more um, items in this toolbar. So it doesn't just have to be what has been highlighted. It could be extra information about, extra things. For example, say we want to know the breakdown of gender, we can add that into the plot, also into the toolbar, and have there are 50% girls, 50% boys, you know, or any extra information you want to add. You can easily do that in using high charts in the toolbar tooltip option. Actually, let's try to figure that out and see if it's possible. Let's take a look at tooltip and go back to the tooltip argument and see and look for what we can use to do that. So it looks like we can use the formatter. You can use the formatter. So return s plus we need something quite um, okay, let's go back to R. We use the formatter argument in the tooltip section. Format says let's look at some examples. This x, this y, the value. Okay, so we pass in a function return do something like this. And for us to do that, wrap it in a JS function so that we can pass in some JavaScript. So return the value for this x plus this y. Let's see what that does. This is the value for one, is the value for one is this, the value from okay. So okay, so this is how we can edit. So okay, now this is a better um this is a way better example. As we can see, there isn't any big mark indicator, so there is no comma to easily separate the values. So let's change that. So what we can do in the data set, let's create tidy mount, and we use a big mark pretty total amount. All right, so we want to use total amount What's this in? Right, so this tidy amount, let's leave it like this and see the output. Total amount undefined. Okay, I think we need to put points. Over here it says this point object, the point name defined is available through the point name. I think when we are talking about individual column names in data sets, we need to use point. So this amount so what we do is we can say, let's make it a little bit more interactive and nicer. So let's do this point dot age group. So for example, 0 to 18 years old spends a total of, let's see, since 25 years old, spends total. So let's copy out this. So I think we've messed something up. Okay, cool. Yeah, spends a total. Let's add break here. So yeah, let's see if we can wrap this text. Is there some kind of styling? All right, there is styling, filter padding, bold text. Let's see an example. I'm looking for servant size. Well, as you can see, we can create custom. We can as well bold. Make this section bold. Let's take a look. Stats. Person use connection. what's going on. Let me see. Is it because I used this? It looks like that didn't work. Uh, do I have to wrap it in? Let's see. I've wrapped some text. Okay, so I was trying to put forward in here. Okay, so as you can see, we have totally changed the tooltip to make it a very customized tooltip section, more interactive. So 18 to 25 years old spends a total of 17 million Indian rupees. And yeah, as we can see, this is actually in action. It's quite interesting, to be honest, because we already have documentations and there's a lot of help. So if you're stuck somewhere, just take a look at documentation or go to Stack Overflow and look at what people have done in the past. It's quite easy and quite interesting. So having a plot like this deployed in a Shiny app gives you more interactivity and it gives you a very professional look, as you can see. Well, that's all I had to show you guys today, and I hope you guys learned how to use Highcharters, and I hope you guys use Highcharters in your next project. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.